Currently working on a BMW X5. This is an F15 2014 to 2018 model, and it's got the left-hand dipped light out. It's also got the left-hand main beam light out, and if we go over to the dash here, it's got dipped beam left failure, and it also pops up here as well from time to time. In this video, I'm going to be taking you through the steps on how I fix that issue. This is the right hand side, so the driver's side, and we can see that the HID is working here. We go over to the passenger and we can see that this is out. It's also with the main beam, so they're both connected, and this needs to be rectified, which I'm going to pop the bonnet and show you how to do some checks. Okay, so first of all, we are in under the bonnet. We have a cap here, and on this one we have a cap on the inside there as well, which I'll give you a better look in a minute. That's the one we're going to be focused on to get to the back of. These are HIDs, aka xenons. The name xenon is the type of gas. HID is high intensity discharge, but they're essentially the exact same thing, so don't be confused by one to the other. When checking these, they are more expensive, first of all, and I'll speak about that when I get the bulb out. You can just swap them one to another. If you're unsure, if you have an electrical or wiring issue, just change over your HID from one side to the other, and then you can confirm if you have an issue or not that way. I'm going to just look at the globe. I'm going to take that globe out. I'm going to have a visual look at it, and I'm going to swap it over. I have some globes, some bulbs already here, and if that's the case, we'll just change them and it should be good to go. So we're just at the back of the headlight housing, the assembly now, and I'm just going to twist this anti-clockwise, and that pops off. That then showcases, if you look right there, that is the HID bulb. You see this big silver piece here? That's the actual igniter. That's all the one piece. And in this case, it's a Osram is the brand on it, and it's a D1S type of bulb. So I'm going to rotate that anti-clockwise a twist, and that should twist out. You didn't probably see that. I'll try and turn my hands the other way. So if we turn it just like that, and it pops back out. And there we have. So straight away we can see that there is an issue. So when these fail, they can fail in different ways. You can start to get flickering, you can start to get the lights fading or discoloring, and then we can have complete failures to where you can see a visible impact on the lens of the bulb itself. So it's in this whole assembly. This disconnects and you pop it back in. I'll show you the globes that I've got for this now. Okay, now that I have the bulb out, I'm just going to show you this kit that it's X Elite. This is one of the cheaper options, but this was what was available at the time. You can get Philips, you can get Osram, you can get many different types, but they are expensive. The Philips ones are OEM type, and they can be over $200 and something per one of these. As a pair, these are around $100 typically. Why would you replace them as a pair? Because color can change from one brand to another. So when these are replaced, if one of them, it might have a different coloration on it and it could look different. So for example, on an Osram to a Philips, if you change one, it might look different. And that's why another reason, or a reason why these are so expensive, they have this silver box here that's called an igniter. That's what sets off the initial voltage spike. So these are a high voltage, you're talking about 20-30,000 volt initial spark, and then they regulate DC to AC at around 85 volts with a ballast. But that's why these are more expensive. A lot of customers get a big shock when they're told the price of these. Osrams can be 100 to 150 per globe in some cases. Philips can be 200 to 250 per globe in some cases, and you can get cheaper options per set. I'm sure you could get the Osrams online for cheaper as well. That's just a general breakdown of them. We're going to disconnect this from it now, and we're going to replace one, assess it, and then potentially replace the second. That's it removed out of the box. You can see where the connector goes in. You do not want to touch the filament on these, or you could have a premature failure on them if you get any of the substance from your fingers, oil, grease, anything like that on it. So be cautious when you're changing them over. I just quickly put on gloves because it's getting hot here and my hands are getting slippy. So for this, I'm just going to squeeze and pull back, and that's it disconnected. Now the easiest thing you can do when reconnecting these is connect the cable directly back up exactly the way. You don't want to be twisting this around. Get the new globe, new bulb, and put it straight in there now, which I'm going to do. So I've got the new one here. Pop it straight in, connect it up, and now we can move this back in. So we push it into the slot and then we twist it clockwise. And you heard that lock in. Now that should be good. Main thing we can do here straight away is just confirm by flicking on the ignition, putting these on before we do anything else. And as we can see, without trying to blind you, we have our light back up and running now. Coloration wise, it actually looks quite good. I'll see it when I'm a bit back further, but it actually looks quite good. We'll check the main beam now. Just going to pop the cap on again. Cover is back on there now. It's all secure and this job is all done. I'll close the bonnet and this one is good to go. I hope you found this video useful and informative. If you did, please like, share, comment and subscribe, and I hope to see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.